How do we set up a FAL.AI API key and connect it to n8n? FAL.AI is a generative media platform for developers that provides ready-to-use image, video, and audio model APIs. It's really great. Once you've been on there, you can take a look. If you hit the Explore button, a lot of different models that you can connect with. I use this for quite a lot of different things. It makes it really easy. The documentation for the API is very good. Yeah, great platform. One thing that I really like about this platform as well, there's no monthly subscription. It works on credits, so you don't need to subscribe up to a monthly. You just top up the credits when you need to. And once you've signed up for an account, head on to FAL.AI. You can sign up. Once you've done that, you will need to top up credits to be able to use the app. And all you need to do, once you're signed in, you'll see you've got your navigation menus across the top here. Click on usage billing, go to credits, and then click top up. And then to start to create your first API key, then using that top menu again, you just go on to API keys, and then all your API keys do display here. Then you click add key, little menu pop-up box will come up. You can describe your API key and give that a name. I'm like n8n API key, for example. Click create key, and then you get the chance then to copy it. A word of caution, I say this every time, you do need to keep your API key safe. Treat it like a password. If someone gets hold of your API key, then they will be able to use your credits. What you need to do then is head over to n8n. We'll go through how to connect your credential on there. If we take a look at this, you see the ChatGPT icon on it. Some of these nodes are like native in n8n. You can search them up, ChatGPT, and they're there. And then with some API requests, you need to do that through what's called a HTTP request. These purple nodes here with this purple globe on there, that's what that is. That's a HTTP request. What happens when you double click on that? Instead of it being like native, like the ChatGPT one, you'll see we'll just put in the URL of where we're going to connect to. So this one is connecting to Nano Banana. And if you look on their Explore page on FAL.AI, you'll see that there's all sorts of different models, and they'll each have their own URL and that you can send requests to. Now to set up your credential on here, well, you put in generic credential type, header auth, and then click on here and then create new credential. This box will come up. Where it says header auth, we can change the name of that right in there, FAL.AI credential. Under the name, you need to put the name as authorization, and then the value there, you type key and then your API key. This was an example. The value in here will be key and then a space, and then you paste the API key that you've been given on there. And I've put in that authorization with a Z. If you've got a British keyboard and you've got predictive, sometimes it will change it to an S. If you're working off a British keyboard and British spell correct, it might change that and you'll have a problem. If you go on to the different models in FAL.AI, like on this one is on Nano Banana, and you can have a look at the API documentation. If you follow this link, that'll take you to this page. So all of the information that you need about that API is in here. You don't need to worry too much of that if you're copying from a template. All of this is set up. All you need to do is, like they've spelled here, you've got authorization with a Z, and then on the key is key, then space, and then the API key. All right, and then I've made a note there. So if there's a problem with the node, double check on your credentials. If you do have to, what you can do, if it's not working and it's saying because of the authorization, you can start back here, select credential, and then start again, create a new credential, put in like FAL.AI 2, for example, and then double check then that you've spelt that correctly, and then the API key has been put in there with the word key first. Just double check it, and then hopefully that will connect. So that's it. You've successfully created a FAL.AI API key and then connected it to n8n.